Can you believe she actually fell for it? Thought the condo was under my name just for the tax break. Now she's footing half the bill. Ethan chuckled. I stood frozen, ladle suspended midair. My pulse roared in my ears. The soup hissed softly behind me as I reached over and turned off the burner, moving like a machine. I told you, Mom, she doesn't suspect a thing. She trusts me like a child trusts a bedtime story. Just a few more years of payments, and it's ours. Well, yours. Like I promised. Downtown living just for you. The floor seemed to tilt beneath me. I gripped the counter for balance. That condo, our condo. 3 bedrooms, top floor, old brick building with wraparound river views. We bought it together 4 years ago, only I put down the $200K deposit from my grandmother's will. We mortgaged the rest. Back then, Ethan barely earned half of what I did. I was a senior accountant with a steady income, solid career. But what if she starts digging? Came Victoria's voice, unmistakably smug even through speakerphone. She won't, Ethan said, dismissive. She thinks we're in this together, believes I love her. I told her it was for tax purposes, and she practically thanked me for handling the paperwork. I remembered that day now. I was exhausted. He said something about deductions. I nodded and signed where he told me to. We were married. Why would I question it? You're a smart one, Victoria purred. She pays for everything, and when it's over, you sign it to me. Finally out of this dump I'm in, you earned it, Mom. After everything you gave up for me, you deserve somewhere better. I stepped back from the doorway, headed for the front entrance, hands trembling. I yanked on my coat, slammed the door behind me, loud enough to echo like I'd just come back in. Ethan, I forgot my wallet, I called out, voice sweet as syrup. He came out smiling like the boy next door. Oh, hey, thought you were still out? You making dinner? I stared at the man I thought I knew. 7 years together. Met him at a client dinner. He charmed the room, and me. It took a year to fall in love and another to marry. His mother? From day one, she looked at me like a product on a shelf. Too short, too plain, but rich. I heard her say that once. Thought I misheard. I hadn't. She criticized everything. How I cooked, how I dressed, how I breathed. Ethan never defended me. Don't take it to heart. That's just Mom. I tried. I respected her, because that's what you do with family. But now, I see it. She was planning the theft from day one. Soup's almost ready, I said evenly, the storm inside me barely contained. Awesome, Ethan said, settling in on the couch, TV remote in hand. Just another Tuesday, but I knew the truth now. While he showered, I pulled out our filing binder, found the title papers. Owner, Ethan Harper, no co-owners. In another folder, a gift letter, my signature at the bottom. A gift of $200,000 toward a purchase. A mortgage signed only by Ethan, co-signed by Victoria Harper. It wasn't ours. It was theirs. My fingers trembled. I snapped photos of every page, uploaded them to the cloud. Then I searched. How to verify real estate ownership. Found the county site, paid $30. Title report would be emailed in 3 business days. 3 days. 3 days of pretending to still be blind. And for those 3 days, I smiled. But something in me had already broken. I go through the motions, cooking dinner, chatting, smiling when I need to. But every moment is a performance. I watch Ethan like a stranger, studying every gesture, every glance, looking for cracks in the mask I once thought was love. On the 3rd evening, the email finally arrives from the county records office. My heart is pounding as I open the property title report. Owner, Ethan P. Harper. No joint ownership, no shared rights. In the section labeled Funding Source. Listed as a spousal gift. A gift. My entire inheritance, my financial security, reduced to a footnote in someone else's name. That night, I start digging. Emails, receipts, old messages, scraps of forgotten paperwork, anything that might prove this wasn't just my mistake. Hours go by. I'm exhausted and about to give up when I spot a dusty shoebox labeled 2018 taxes. Inside, buried under receipts, I find a Christmas card from Victoria. Folded inside it is a letter. It reads like a thank you note, apparently from me, gratefully acknowledging my financial contribution to her new residence and expressing how much I value her continued presence, and guidance. The signature is mine. But I never wrote this. Did I sign it blindly? Was it copied? I can't be sure. But it looks official. And then it gets worse. I start sifting through Ethan's cloud storage. We share a folder for grocery lists and budget notes. But there's another, one I've never seen, named simply Exit Plan. It's shared between only two people, Ethan and Victoria. I open it. It's full of spreadsheets, financial models, projections, tax memos, dozens of files detailing long-term financial planning. And then I find a folder titled Blueprint D inside, a document labeled strategy.docx. The opening line hits like a punch. Goal: frame separation in a way that portrays Anna as the insider, to protect assets and avoid spousal support. It outlines a psychological operation, make me look emotionally unavailable, overworked, distant, start little arguments, steer me toward counseling. Let me be the one to pull the plug. If needed, the file says, introduce suspicion of infidelity, gym hours, late nights at the office, anything that creates doubt. I sit in silence, the words sinking in like poison. This isn't just about money. They planned to destroy me. They thought I'd never find out. I didn't sleep that night, just laid there, eyes fixed on my glowing screen, rereading every word of that file. By morning, I knew what I had to do. I call Leo, an old college friend who now handles corporate litigation. I need a referral, family law, discreet, tactical. He gets it, no questions, sends me a contact. That afternoon, I walk into Vanessa Morgan's office. She's tall, poised, sharp-eyed. When we shake hands, I feel like I've just hired my own personal general. Start from the beginning, she says, and I do. The overheard call, the forged letter, the condo documents, the secret digital trail, the plan. She listens without interruption, then calmly, do not tip them off. You confront too soon, they'll vanish the trail. Files disappear. Accounts get cleaned out. Right now, their confidence is your best advantage. She starts a list. Documents, emails, banking history, anything with dates and signatures. We're building a pattern of coordinated fraud. I nod. I've got screenshots, receipts. I'll get more. Good, especially anything signed by Victoria. If she touched any financial decision, we want proof. That night, while Ethan is at the gym, I search again. And in a folder labeled Holiday and Gift Records, I find a loose sheet. To whom it may concern, I, Victoria Harper, requested Anna Harper to reclassify her previous monetary contribution as a gift to her husband, Ethan Harper, to simplify taxes and avoid confusion regarding family finances. Signed. 3 weeks after we closed on the condo. It's vague, but damning. I bring it to Vanessa the next morning. This is excellent, she says. It places her in the middle of the setup. She wasn't just aware, she helped construct it. Later that week, I notice a name pop up on LinkedIn, Aaron Brooks. We worked together years ago. Conservative, quiet, always cautious with money. She'd just liked a post about a finance seminar. Victoria Harper was tagged. My stomach turns. I DM her. Hey, Aaron, strange question. Have you ever done any financial work with Victoria Harper? Her reply comes fast. Rachel. Yes. Total nightmare. Call me, I do. She conned me out of $75,000, Aaron says. Told me it was a secure real estate investment. Said she worked with wealthy families. I was going through a divorce. She knew I was vulnerable. And she vanished the moment I asked for my money back. You're sure it was Victoria Harper? She called herself Elaine Carter. But yes, same woman. My veins turned to ice. She used a fake identity? Yes, but it was her. I swear, I've never told anyone. I was so embarrassed. I tell Erin everything, not just to vent, but to establish a witness. She agrees to speak with Vanessa. Even better, she gives me 2 more names, women from the same circle. Dana Scott, who lost $47,000. Cindy Ford, over $90,000. It's no longer a fluke. It's a pattern. A professional. Vanessa begins building a case file, gathering their accounts. This isn't just a civil property dispute anymore, she tells me. It's fraud, and if she's done this across state lines, she pauses, we may be dealing with federal charges. The next day, Vanessa calls. Her voice is tighter than usual, focused, clipped. I found something. Tell me. 3 years ago, civil lawsuit, filed in Arizona. Plaintiff listed as initials. JT, documents are sealed, but the defendant? Victoria Harper. Real legal name. My pulse spikes. What was the case about? Settled out of court, but the original filing cited financial abuse of a dependent adult. Sound familiar? I sit in stunned silence. She's done this before, I whisper. She has, Vanessa says, but this time, she won't walk away. That evening, I wait until the house is dead quiet. Ethan lounges on the couch, thumbing through his phone. I stand across the room, fighting the urge to scream. Ethan, I say evenly. He barely looks up. If I file a fraud suit against your mother, which side will you stand on? He blinks. What? You heard me? He puts the phone down, exhales. Rachel, come on, you can't be serious. I've never been more serious in my life. A long pause stretches between us. You're really going to blow up our marriage? Over a misunderstanding? Over some paperwork? I let out a low, bitter laugh. You mean the deed to the apartment I bought? The savings my grandmother left me? The money you tricked me into signing away? He shakes his head, eyes evasive. You're twisting everything. Oh, really? I take a step closer. Let's go over it then. The forged signature. The gratitude letter I never wrote. The documents I found in your Google Drive. The one labeled Endgame. Does that jog your memory? His mouth tightens. You went through my private files. I let out a dry, angry laugh. You stole from me. Don't act like I'm the one violating trust. I didn't steal anything. You handed it over. You conned me, Ethan. You played me. He rises to his feet, voice hardening. You always play the victim, Rachel. Maybe if you weren't such a control freak, I was a victim. You picked me because I was convenient. Stable job, no close family, financially independent. And you thought I'd be too blind to catch on. He opens his mouth, but I cut him off. 3 more years, and you planned to dump me once the mortgage was paid. Don't deny it. Rachel, don't, I snap. You don't get to say my name like it still means something to you. He turns away, muttering, I can't deal with this. I laugh again, not from humor, but disbelief. Of course you can't. God forbid someone holds you accountable. Later that night, I check my email, and there it is. A message from Victoria. Rachel, I know things are tense right now, and I'm sorry you're upset. But remember, money is just numbers. What matters is family. Let's not let this spiral. Warmly, Victoria. I stare at the screen in disbelief, her voice practically oozing through the text. Money is just numbers? That $200,000 was not a number. It was my security, my grandmother's final gift. It was mine. And you took it. I forward the email to Vanessa without a second thought. I'm done treating this like a misunderstanding. This is war. Then, as if fate agrees, another ping. Twitter. A direct message. Hi, Rachel. I'm Caleb Stone, journalist at Finance Rewired. I'm investigating a pattern of real estate fraud involving elder trust abuse. Your mother-in-law's name has come up multiple times. Can we speak? Off the record? I freeze. Everything in my world is shifting. And for the first time in weeks, I don't feel afraid. I feel ready. Her name's in other reports? I text Natalie. She calls me immediately. Do it, she says without hesitation. But keep it anonymous and only with legal oversight. No improvising. That evening, I speak to Caleb through an encrypted call. No video, no names, just voices. He's professional, measured, but I can hear the urgency underneath. I've interviewed 3 women so far, he says. All of them were promised safe investments, property deals, trust setups. Every single one connects back to Victoria Harper, though she used different aliases in each case. I clench my fists. You're not the only one, he adds. No, I whisper, but I'm going to be the last. And with that, I start preparing the scene. The dining table is perfectly set, wine glasses gleam, soft music plays, homemade food fills the air with warmth. It's a trap, dressed as dinner. Ethan walks in first, looking bewildered. You cooked? I wanted us to have a conversation, I say calmly. All 3 of us, he stiffens. 3. Right on cue, the doorbell rings. Victoria arrives, pearls sparkling, wrapped in smugness. "Rachel," she says, eyeing the table, "you've really gone all out. How quaint." We sit. They eat. I don't touch a bite. My phone sits behind the cookbook holder, camera lens pointed straight at them, recording everything. I wait until Victoria finishes her second glass of wine, then I speak. "There's something I want to show you both." I lay the documents across the table, one at a time. A screenshot of the shared drive titled Exit Plan, email chains between them detailing how to frame the divorce. The gratitude letter Victoria signed, claiming I gifted them the down payment. The deed listing Ethan as the sole owner. A summary of 6 women's losses in Victoria's fake schemes. Ethan pales. Victoria stops mid-chew. "What is all this?" she says, voice flat. "Evidence," I answer. Silence swells between us. Then Victoria leans back, lips curling into something cold and practiced. "You actually think any of this will matter? That a judge will believe you over us? This isn't personal, Rachel. It's business. And you? You're just the wife." "No," I reply evenly. "I'm the person whose $200,000 you tried to wash through a fake gift. The one you tricked, the one you underestimated, and now I'm also the one who has a lawyer, 6 affidavits, and a reporter getting ready to print your name for the world to see." Victoria's eyes flash. "You wouldn't dare." I meet her stare. "Already did?" She stands so fast her chair scrapes backward. "You ungrateful little snake. After everything we did for you." Ethan still hasn't spoken. He's staring at the documents like they might vanish if he blinks hard enough. "You said she'd never find out," he mumbles. Victoria snaps toward him. "What did you say?" "You told me it wouldn't matter, that she wouldn't notice, that it was just paperwork." For a moment, her composure slips. "I told you to keep it under control," she hisses. "You did," I interrupt, "and now I'm taking it back." I stop the recording, pick up my phone. "Time to go, Victoria. You'll want to call your lawyer before Monday." And by Monday, the storm hits. Vanessa files the civil complaint: fraud, forgery, breach of fiduciary duty, and unjust enrichment. The language is brutal. Everything supported: timestamps, emails, bank transfers, sworn witness statements. I sign the affidavit with a shaking hand. Not from nerves, from the weight lifting off my chest. That same afternoon, the court issues a temporary injunction. All assets, including the condo, are frozen. No sales, no refinancing, no shady transfers. The web they spun, locked down. Ethan finds the order taped to our front door. "What the hell is this?" he barks, waving the document like it's on fire. "Your curtain call," I say. "Show's over." "Christ, Rachel, you're acting like I killed someone." "You killed something far harder to replace," I say, stepping past him. "Trust." He throws the paper on the counter, jaw clenched, but says nothing, because what can he say now? The next morning, the call comes from the precinct. A detective from the Financial Crimes Unit wants to meet. Vanessa comes with me. In the interview room, I hand over a flash drive. Every email, every fake document, every victim's name and their stories. The following day, Victoria receives her summons. She arrives dressed like she's heading to a brunch in Malibu. Cream blazer, oversized sunglasses, the image of someone pretending none of this applies to her. "She'll lie," I whisper to Vanessa. "Let her," she replies, steady as ever. "We're not here to get her truth. We're here to catch her in contradictions." Then the article drops. Front page, "The Quiet Predator. How a Retired Nurse Became a Financial Assassin." Victoria's mugshot, pulled from a years-old DUI, stares back at the world. Below it, a collage of victims, their losses. Snippets of testimony, all anonymous but devastating. By noon, it's everywhere. Reddit threads, Twitter reposts, LinkedIn articles. "Biggest fraud story of the year," headlines shout. Ethan's phone doesn't stop buzzing. He paces the apartment like he's trapped in a burning building. Then, at 1:23 p.m., the call. He hangs up slowly, staring blankly ahead. "They're letting me go," he mutters. "Said they can't risk the optics. I'm out." For the first time in days, he doesn't argue. He doesn't even yell. He just drifts through the room like a shadow of himself. And then comes the turn I never saw coming. Caleb calls. His voice is calm, but it carries something new. Weight, sharpness. There's something I didn't share before, he says. One of Victoria's victims was my mother. The world stills. She met her at a grief group after my dad passed. Victoria pitched her a family trust fund, said it was designed for widows. My mom trusted her, invested most of the insurance payout, lost over 70 grand. I close my eyes. Caleb, I didn't know. I'm not telling you for sympathy, he says. I'm telling you because this story, it just became personal. I've given it to my editor as a top-tier investigation. I'm following every lead myself. A beat. And Rachel? We found another name. I sit up. Who? Emily Torres, died last year. Suicide. She'd invested everything into a legacy fund run by Victoria Harper. Her daughter's ready to speak out. I feel the chill in my bones. She left a note, Caleb says. Said she was deceived. Said someone had to stop her. This is no longer just about me. Vanessa listens quietly as I recount the call. When I finish, she nods, face hard as granite. This isn't just fraud anymore, she says. This is a pattern tied to real-world harm. If we connect the dots. Criminal charges, I finish. Not just civil. Federal, she confirms. And your husband? He's in it neck deep. For the first time in weeks, I feel something crack open inside me. Not anger, not fear. Power. They chose me thinking I was quiet, passive, an easy Ethan. But now I'm the storm. The courtroom is frigid, or maybe it's just the adrenaline. I sit at the plaintiff's table, navy suit crisp, hands steady. Vanessa beside me, radiating calm. Across from us, Victoria, wrapped in neutral tones, pretending to be harmless, and Ethan, pale, wrecked, avoiding my gaze. All rise, the bailiff announces. The judge enters, stern, composed. We are here to deliver judgment in Harper versus Harper et al., a case that has, understandably, drawn public scrutiny for its emotional weight. She glances down at her notes, then looks up, directly at me. But at its core, this is about trust. Trust betrayed, trust exploited, trust weaponized. My breath catches. Mrs. Harper, she says, you allege that your spouse and his mother conspired to defraud you of inheritance, home ownership, and financial agency. Do you have anything you wish to say before judgment is passed? I rise. And for once, my hands don't tremble. Your Honor, I begin, my voice steady, unwavering. This case isn't just about a bank account or a title deed. It's about betrayal, calculated, prolonged betrayal by the two people I trusted the most. I glance across the aisle. Ethan stares blankly ahead. Victoria sits with her hands folded, her expression unreadable, carved from stone. They told me I was loved, that I was family. Meanwhile, I was treated like an ATM with emotions, someone to be drained, discarded, and replaced. I take a breath, but my voice only grows stronger. This is for every woman who's ever been told, don't worry about the details. Every woman who's been manipulated into silence. I may have signed the papers, but I wasn't the one lying. I sit. The silence in the courtroom is deafening. The judge nods slowly, then turns. Mr. Harper, she says, would you like to address the court? Ethan rises stiffly. He's pale, shoulders hunched. I didn't mean to hurt anyone, he says, eyes briefly flicking toward me. It just got out of control. I was trying to keep peace. His voice breaks. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. The judge doesn't blink. Sit down, Mr. Harper. Then to Victoria. Ms. Harper, any statement? Victoria stands, spine ramrod straight. I acted in my son's best interest, she says, voice clipped. She misunderstood, misinterpreted. I never lied to her. She hesitates. People get emotional when it comes to money. That's not my fault. The judge slams the gavel lightly on the bench. Enough. You didn't act in protection. You acted with precision and cruelty. She reads from the verdict. This court rules in favor of Anna Harper. Full ownership of the contested property is awarded to her, effective immediately. Any documents signed under false pretenses are nullified. Mr. Harper is stripped of any legal claim. Ethan lowers his head. Furthermore, Ms. Victoria Harper is ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $300,000 to the named victims. She will serve 5 years of supervised probation. Any breach of conduct will result in felony prosecution. Victoria exhales sharply, but offers no protest. I feel the weight leave my body like smoke rising from scorched earth. It's over. The judge stands. We're dismissed. I stay seated as they file out. Ethan without a backward glance, Victoria pausing only at the threshold. "You think this is a victory?" she hisses. I rise to face her. "No," I say softly. "Victory is waking up tomorrow without either of you haunting my future." She flinches like I struck her, then disappears down the corridor. When I step into the hall, reporters are waiting. Cameras flash, microphones reach. I don't speak. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. If you found this story powerful, moving, or thought-provoking, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are more real, important stories ahead, ones that deserve to be heard.